Hello everyone, welcome to another live. I was trying to work on the volume, so I'm just going to check that really quickly. Okay, I think that'll work. I'll do my best to talk a little bit louder. The music was being a little weird depending on where I was listening from, but hi, I hope everything sounds good. If it's too loud or if you can't hear me or any of those things, let me know. Definitely adjust where I need to adjust. It was kind of giving me trouble today, but hello. Welcome back to another live today. I was feeling inspired and I thought we would get into some character modeling today. I am by no means a character modeling expert. I have done my fair share of character modeling, but very basic characters like a squishmallow or maybe a bunny, kind of just basic modeling. But today I wanted to really push my skills and start working on a model that means a lot to me right now. So I've actually written a script for a short film that I want to create called Little Light, and I was kind of inspired by just like life events, and also I just have this image of having a Coraline-esque aesthetic of the film. I just love the way that Coraline looks. I love the eeriness of it. I love that it kind of pushes the envelope when it comes to animation and stop motion, which is why I grabbed a couple of these models. So I grabbed this particular Coraline reference photo just for basic face shapes and things of that nature. And then I also have a 3D model that I downloaded from Sketchfab of the Coraline model for size reference and to just get an idea of the limbs. If you notice in Coraline films, the characters have very skinny, long, lanky body types, and I really love that aesthetic. I just think it kind of adds to the artistic view of the film. So I did download a bunch of characters actually from the Coraline film from Sketchfab, but we're going to just use this Coraline model here, the head portion essentially, to model our character. So I did do some looking on Pinterest and I considered sketching my own, but I went ahead and just looked on Pinterest and I found a couple references that I think we can tie together to create the character that I'm looking for, the main character. There will be quite a few characters in this short film, so my hope for this week, since I have a pretty free week this week, is to essentially go live every day and to start chipping away at these characters. So we will start with the initial character, which would be the main character, and I have this it looks like a claymation of a Pocahontas, but I really like her features and the aesthetic of just like the texture of her skin, and it is very similar to Coraline, outside of just having maybe like a little bit of a larger nose, fuller lips. So I did really appreciate that of this character, and just even the texture of her hair and how that looks. That's essentially the look that I am going for my short film. And then I do have a couple other references as we push this model ahead. So I also have this model as well. And in this particular model, I again love her features, the fullness of the lips, the roundness of the nose, and just like how big her eyes are. Even the texture of her eyebrows and the texture of her hair, I'm really intrigued by. My character will have curly hair, so that is something that I wanted to have a bit of a reference to as far, and also just the proportions of the neck, the head. It still gives a Coraline feel, but adds a little bit of a ethnic look that I really like. So this is another reference that I feel that I can pull from. I also love her brown eyes. I think they're so beautiful. And then the last reference that I have is this one. And I thought this was giving very like Nightmare Before Christmas. I really like her hair. I like the uniqueness of the strands. I think this could also be something that I pull from. The intensity of her eyes, just kind of like the deepness of the cavities where her eyes are. And then her nose is a little bit more similar to Coraline, where everything's a little bit more pinched and smaller. So I don't think I'll necessarily go with this as far as the nose goes for my character, but I do love the aesthetic of the eyes and just how jarring they are. And I like the curliness of the hair, and I can definitely see us just using some bezier curves to create this look. It'll probably take some time, but I think it'll absolutely be worth it if we were to go strand by strand the way that this character is. And then again, like the longness of the neck, the really skinny proportions between the shoulders. I really just love this aesthetic, and I think it just gives that vibe that I'm looking for. So that is where I see me going with this flow today. I always go into character modeling really uneasy because I just always feel very intimidated by it, but you know, I just feel like this is a welcome challenge, and I really just want to kind of lock into it. So I think what I will start with is I'm looking between these two models, and I'm trying to figure out, maybe I'll just use this as a bit of a reference, and then we'll just pull some things from Coraline ultimately. So I'm gonna just drag this over a bit just so we have it in the screen with us. And I'm going to use our Pocahontas as our reference as far as head shape. I just love her features and her nose and her lips. I just think it all really fits what I'm going for. So we're going to start here. So I'm going to go up here into our toggle restrictions and just turn that off so that we're not clicking this as we're trying to model. I'm going to come really close. She's so pretty, and I would love to just like bring her to life. So I'm gonna just go to my opacity, and I'm gonna pull it down just so we can have a little bit of see-through into the background. And then I'm just gonna start it with a cube. Let's grab the cube and pull it up. I'm going to tab into edit mode, and I'm going to scale it down. I'm using the Coraline model over here for size reference. If I do need to go back and change the sizing, I will do so. Let's jump into X-ray mode just so we can get a clear view of what we're doing. Scale on the X here. And then, like I mentioned, you know, I'm by no means a modeling expert in any capacity. So I'm just going off of what I know, you know. I'm certain there will be ways that I'm modeling that may not be the way that other people model, and I understand that, I recognize that. But I'm just going to get there however I can get there. And I'm just hoping that this week we'll have a couple characters to work with. So I do know what a lot of people will do is they will go ahead and take half of the model and delete it. And I'm just going to add a mirror modifier so that whatever we do on the left we'll do on the right as well. I'm going to apply the scale really quickly. Let's see if we can try that again. Some real overlapping. Hold on. Oh no. Let me redo this. Get up out of here. Let me start over. Alright, so I'm going to Shift A, cube, grab on the Z. I want to mirror it so that I could just maybe, I think there's like a symmetrize setting too that I can use. I don't know. We'll get there. The mirror isn't working. Scale on the X. Let's just get the basic shape. We'll start there, and because I know there's this we could do, and then let's see if that will work. So if I cut this in half like that. Okay, and then jump back into X-ray mode. Oops. All right, I'm gonna apply the scale. I'm going to try something really quick and see the X. Wait, I don't know why the mirror is so far away. Let me see if I go into edit mode. Well, I guess I'll just manually do that, I suppose. I don't know how effective that's going to be, or if that's going to be horrible for me later, but we'll rock out like that for now, I suppose. Oh, let's go. Oh, it could be the origin. That could do it. It's probably what's doing it. Okay. Let me tab back out. Yeah, that's probably what it was, the origin. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna leave it right there. Okay, and then let's add a subdiv. I'm gonna get a side view of this. So maybe we'll do like that, just so I can see what's happening on the side. And then I'm gonna take our image and I just wanna grab it on the Y. So let me pull it back. So it's not intersecting. And then this view, we could do a solid straight on view. So we can see what's going on here. This is our side view. And this will be our workspace. Move that like that, and we'll rock out like that. All right, let's get to it. Okay, so I'm gonna add my subdiv. So let me jump out of here. I'm gonna apply this. I also want to use proportional editing, I think, right now. I'm just going to start manipulating. I will have my screencast keys, so you can kind of see what I'm doing. gonna save it really quickly. All right. I think I like it. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna kind of leave it where it's at right now. And I think what we can do, yeah, that's gonna bother me, the overlapping, kind of crazy. Let me see something. Okay, I think there we go. That's better. It's not overlapping as much. All right, and I think what we'll do is we'll jump into sketch mode and start getting after it. Sculpt mode, I mean. 'Cause let me see. Yeah, I think that's where we need to be now. We'll just start moving things around and see where we end up. Grabbing my Wacom tablet, and then I'm just gonna start sketching here. So let me jump into sculpt. I keep saying sketching, but I mean sculpt. Let's get a little closer to our model. Oh baby, here we go. close enough for it to make sense. Sculpt mode can be kind of weird if you don't get it exactly right. Okay, so we want it to be like this. This is good. We're gonna start here. So I'm just gonna start with like doing the cavities for the eyes. I think we have enough geometry. We shouldn't need to think hold on, let me see. I'm gonna create another window because we're not fully gonna be able to see everything, so we'll do one in X-ray mode and then one in rendered mode so that I can just see what we're doing exactly, and maybe even just turn it a little. Let's see, undo that. I'm just needing to see literally anything at this point. Jump out really quick. I'm gonna have to stay on this side of the model. Okay. Let's see. Pump up the strength. All right, I'm gonna I subdivided it, but I guess I'll give us some more geometry. Let me see. Yeah, we're probably gonna need a little bit more geometry for this, so let me just subdivide it once more. Maybe twice more. See if that gives me better results. Oof. Oops. You know, I'm just not really sure what's going on here. This is really not I don't know why it's not picking up anything. It's not doing anything. Plenty of geometry. Sculpt mode. All right. No, Blender, what the problem could be. Truly, I don't. But it wouldn't be Blender without problems, so you just I'm just trying to get this from overlapping as much as it is. I don't understand. Truly, I don't. Let me see something. See if I do this. Nope. Just wanted to see if it was like actually working, but I don't know what's happening. Oh, there we go. Now we're talking. Okay. I don't know what it was, but I'm not going to stress about it. We're here now. Cool. So let's work on the cavities of the eyes. Oh my God, why? Why? Oh, okay. Maybe it's the strength. But let me pull the radius down a bit. Okay. think I need a layer, actually. I'm gonna start building the nose up. It's a little too large. Oh, and you know what? We need to stay on the one side because we're mirroring. Let's pull the strength down. I don't like that one. Yeah, I'd rather just draw it and then we'll sculpt it. What is the deal? Okay. Just trying to get the basic shapes in there. It's gonna be some trial and error for sure. But let's see if we add some clay strips here. I think because I haven't done sculpting with the mirror modifier in so long, it's making it a little hard for me. But we'll just take our time with it, I guess. Just want to get a little definition where the lips are. Okay, I feel like we're coming together. I'm gonna use the tiny eyes for this. So I'm just trying to get the cavity looking how we would want it, and then I'll go in and sculpt around it. I think the lips are a little too aggressive, but I need like a smooth oh my god, they're so pouty, the lips. I just need to kind of get in there. Maybe it's just too big, the radius. Let me turn it down maybe. Just so I can really get in there. Like, oh, it's way too small. Let's maybe do 40. Okay, that's a little bit better. Try to define the lips a little bit more. think maybe try to get this a little more defined. All right, I'm gonna save it right here, and then I'm gonna put the eyes in so that we can start working around the eyes and see. Oh, that looks pretty good in the rendered view. Definitely could use a lot more smoothing out, but I'm feeling good about that. The lips are a little aggressive, but it's okay. So I'm gonna just use my assets. I do have the tiny eye. Add-on. So I'm gonna put that in, just so it'll give our character a little life. Oh my gosh, we have the buttons for Coraline. That'd be so cool. Okay, here we go. So we have all these different options. I don't want to go hyper realistic, so maybe we'll just do like, we can do this honey brown, which is really pretty. We do have a stylized, which could also fit. If we go into our X-ray mode, her eyes are kind of this brown amber. I do like this honey brown as well, but keeping with the style of the movie, I don't want to go, or the short film, I don't want to go hyper realistic, so I think we can keep it the brown. I think that would be pretty, so we'll do that. I think that could work perfectly. So I'm gonna take this eye and we're gonna just place it. We'll move it around if we have to. Let's let it calibrate and get there. Let's hope it doesn't freeze. Oh my gosh. If it doesn't work, we might have to restart it. I do sometimes have trouble with the tiny eye. I don't know if it's my computer or how heavy this is on the system. But we'll see what happens. We'll give it a moment longer to kind of calibrate itself. Otherwise, we'll just restart it and then I'll come back. That looks so insane. Let's see. Oops. All right. I'll give it one more minute and then I'll restart, so we don't have to be here all day. Because I did save it right before we did this, so it's okay. All right, let me restart it and then we'll go from there. Okay, we're back. We'll try one more time. And maybe I won't do it in the rendered, I'll do it in the shader view. Gotta fix a little bit, but the hair will cover that weird part and then, okay. Let's try one more time. Almost there. All right. I mean, maybe let's try the honey brown and see what that gives. Maybe we'll try there. I'm gonna rotate it. All right, let's jump in here. All right, so we'll just do the honey stylized instead because that one's not giving us a bunch of trouble. It's fine with me. Let's go ahead and scale you up a ton. Jump back into that view. And we're just gonna mirror so that we don't overkill our system. I'm gonna bump that up to much more white. And then we can jump back into sculpt mode. Pull this. And then we'll tweak where we need to, but at least we have the eyes in place. Okay. All right, now let's start I think we need to start layering over top. Oh, so we gotta click on the face again. Let's jump back into sculpt mode. It's way too aggressive. Let's just draw. We're just gonna draw over top so that the eye is sitting in the socket. So we'll just do a gentle draw. Till we can get the eye where we want it. And how we want it to look. I think we need to bump the strength up a little bit to maybe like 60. Just trying to get the eye where it needs to be. Let me see, maybe this. We are going to add like that black detail, so I'm just trying to work on the socket right now because we will be adding that detail later on. Let me do some grabbing here. I think I need to close up the corners a little bit. Close it up to about that, I think, because just keeping with the fact that we are going to be adding that eyeliner detail, which I do like. I'm feeling like we're in okay shape. Okay, I'm just trying to soften the features just a little bit so it's not as harsh. Let me bump up my strength to maybe 0.6. Okay, now let's get a little definition here. So the nose looks really good. Okay. And then I gotta get these eyes a little bit more defined. Let's get that kind of, oh, maybe not as evil. I'm also gonna pull this side up some. I'll use the grab tool for that. These lips, we're gonna try to really get better. Okay. Let's see if I can. Okay. Yes, perfect. Okay. All right. I think put a little dimple there. Make the radius 90. Okay. I think that looks pretty cute for now. I think we have a pretty decent sculpted face. I mean, the chin is a little sharp, but that has to do with our merge more than anything. The nose is okay for now. We can go back in and fix. Maybe we can move the lip around a little bit. Maybe I'll try to add some more depth. Let's drop this down to maybe 60. And then I can just add a little bit of depth inside the lips. The lips are definitely the hardest part. They just look like Botox lips. I don't love that. Or filler lips, I should say, not Botox. But we want them full. Okay. I think I'm gonna leave it there for now. See if we can smooth this out even. Okay, maybe I'll leave it there. That looks the most real that I can get it, and then I'll do some crease details to try to define it a lot more. But I like the nose. Let me maybe do some pulling. Okay, let's maybe leave it there for now. And I'll add some more details like the eyebrows and things like that. So let's save it and we'll start working on the eyebrows. I mean, look at this. That looks so intense. Let's see if we pull it back. Five. I'm just trying to see what gives us the best merge. I think like points 6.5. Okay. What if we go 0.0045? Okay, I'm gonna leave it here for now so that I don't get super crazy about it. Let's just start adding some more features, I guess, to really tie this together. We'll do maybe some eyebrows next. Let's work on that. So I'm gonna put my tablet away for 1 second. And let's add some geometry. Now, we'll use trying to think what sort of geometry I want to use. I guess I could use a cube, or I could go as far as could do a Bezier curve. But I think a cube is going to be my best bet here. So let me do a cube. I'm going to tab into edit mode. Well, let me just scale the whole thing down. All right, let's go ahead and scale you. We also are going to have to fix her forehead. Okay. Ooh. All right, so with the eyebrows, we're gonna take these and I'm gonna merge. And that's gonna give me my point. You know what, before I do that, let me hit it with this. And let's hit it with that before we merge anything, and then I'll grab these pieces. I'm gonna merge at center so that we have like that point. No, actually, let's set ourselves up for success here. We just need the point on either side, so right there, and then this can stay like that, but that we want a bit of a point. All right, I'm gonna mimic this one here. So why don't I actually grab on the X and then rotate on the Z180 so that I can mimic this one, and then we'll just mirror it. Okay, so scale on the X. Let's get much closer. We need it to, okay, be exactly there. Okay, so then I'll take this. I'm gonna put on my proportional editing again. And now we'll just manipulate the vertices so that it looks like an eyebrow. Some subdivisions. To really just like chunk it up. And this is definitely the phase of just like blocking. So I'm not going to go into hyper detail right now, but I'm just trying to get all the basic pieces in here. So next things next, I think we'll do the eyeliner portion, and for that I'm going to use a Bezier curve, just so I'm not losing my mind. So let's find our Bezier, pull it up. Gotta fix the forehead too. We gotta pull that in some. let me, before I keep going, go here. Let's just make this thicker. Jump up out of here. All right, we'll do the same for the top. So I'm just gonna duplicate this to save myself the trouble. Jump into edit mode and just adjust these points. Okay. pull it down. That way we can bring it to a point right there. Okay, I think we'll just connect this here. I'm gonna pull it to about there, and then I'll grab this to meet. And we'll go right there. And I'll merge them so that it's one piece. See if I can rotate this a little bit. And then we'll sculpt the eyeliner so that it looks a little bit better. And then I'll probably need to sculpt just around the eye just a little bit more. But why don't we mirror this? This side. Do the same here. We have that part. Okay, that's working. What else should we do? The hair is going to take quite some time. Let's go ahead and fix the forehead because it's a little weird, so we're gonna fix that. So pull it in. Actually, let me undo that and just tap into my X-ray mode so that Look at those lips. You know what I mean? Look at those lips. Too much. That looks crazy. I am going to pull it forward a little. And then, what can we do to pull? It's not it. See if I can get those lips in. 'Cause that looks bananas. I mean, I can. I just have to pull this down a lot. So maybe 60. Okay, I think we're on to something. Well, I guess it doesn't matter because we're... Okay, yeah, let's pull you in. Those lips look crazy. Pull the chin out. I'm gonna manipulate the oh my god, that mirror is awful. Oh, because I put clipping. Turn that off. Oh man, what have I done? Fix it. Go back to point like 7. Let me grab this. The mirror modifier is kind of giving us a little trouble with the geometry. I don't know what I did. I wasn't paying attention enough to know what kind of caused that extra geometry, but I'll just keep kind of playing with it. I'm gonna keep it at a low, like 0.6, 0.5. And then what I'll do, we'll keep it at a 0.5 and then, that's crazy. Maybe 0.6, and then I'm gonna tab out. I'm gonna select everything. I'm just gonna grab on the X and pull it out a little. Okay. See how I can fix this a little. I think it was when I was like manipulating the lips a little bit, but it's nothing we can't fix, so Let me just... play around with it a little bit. I'm gonna fix the eye socket a little bit. Kind of get the face kind of where we want it, I guess. A little bit more definition in the cheeks. We do want it to be really soft though, so I don't want to go super crazy with the detail. But that merge is really screwing us a little here. I don't really know how to fix it. But maybe we'll leave it where it is for now. Because I think also too what you'll do with a lot of character modeling is there will be a point where you remesh. So maybe not going super crazy with the detail is my best bet right now. And then when it is time to remesh, like the Reeds Apologize, we can get it a lot smoother. Because for now, I mean, her cheeks need more of a bulge, so maybe we can do that. We can inflate her cheeks a lot more. So it doesn't look so insane from the side. Because right now she looks really sunken in. From the side at least. The strength to, I don't know, like 8. See if that changes anything. Yeah, I'm not getting a lot of feedback anymore. I don't know why. Maybe the strength is not enough. Yeah, it keeps like dropping the strength down. Okay. I want to smooth this out. think I'm done sculpting because I'm getting frustrated, I think. All right, let me pull. I mean, it's not too far from the Coraline model. Looks a little wonky at the moment, but again, this is like phase 1. And my intention is to go live. I'm gonna go live tomorrow as well, around the same time, to push this a little bit further. So maybe tomorrow we can do the hair, start working on that, and then maybe today, when I have some extra space, I can figure out how to retopologize the face, because this is crazy. It's not even doing anything at this point. Oh no. Guess it is. Okay. Alright, so I'll just leave it. That's 0. I'll do that, and then yeah, I'll do some research on how to make that look better. Maybe if I can grab this. Okay. Make this a little bit bigger. I'm gonna pull this head back. It's crazy. I think it's because I manipulated the forehead a bunch. Why we're kind of in this position right now. But it looked insane, you know? But I could be at the point where my brain is fried, so I'm not making the best decisions. So I might need to just take a beat. And revisit this with fresh eyes. But I don't hate it. I think we're in a considerably decent position. We have our eyebrows. We have essentially the face. Tomorrow we'll tackle the hair. Yeah, we'll tackle the hair. I'll do a little bit more sculpting on the back end to try to get this to a more neutral place, but I think this is a good start, at least, especially considering I just went into this like kind of winging it, honestly. But I think if we do start working on the hair tomorrow, that'll be really helpful. That'll put us in a good place. And then we'll get the head retopologized so that that's much smoother. And then we'll begin to work on the body. So the head's well, once we add the hair, then it'll be about the size of the Coraline. I guess we could make it even a little bit bigger, but it's okay for her head to be a little smaller than Coraline's. And then the body's gonna be pretty simple. We're not gonna go super crazy with the detail. I do want to keep the face simple, so I'll definitely have to smooth out a lot of these like creases and stuff, because if you notice, Coraline is very simple, and we want to kind of keep it in that realm. And then it looks like there's a lot of UV unwrapping as far as the texture of the clothing goes, so we might choose that route instead of trying to come up with all the textures. But I won't necessarily worry about texturing for some time now. I just want to get the characters modeled, so we can do some general texturing, basic colors, maybe like principal BSDFs, or even just like textures that I already have. And that's kind of how we'll keep it. So I think all in all, I feel happy with today's modeling session. I hope you all had a good time. I know it wasn't the smoothest or the prettiest, but I think for the most part it was a fun session, and I look forward to the rest of the week. So yeah, between now and Friday, I'll go live every single day between 12 and 1:30, depending on what my mornings look like, and we'll just continue building our characters, and then we'll transition to the scenes, gathering assets. There is like a rocking chair that I do want to model. I don't want to just grab that from Sketchfab. I do want to model that one. So I do have a list of the models and things we'll need for the full short film. So we'll just start chipping away at this, and I'm just going to use this week as the time to do that. So thank you all for joining me. I hope this was a cool session for you. I hope it brought you some semblance of calm and chill. And I'll see y'all tomorrow around the same time. I hope you have a great rest of your day, evening, night, whatever it is, wherever you are. And yeah, if you find something that brings you calm, zens you out, don't forget to make space for it. I'll catch y'all tomorrow. Bye, everybody.